What's up, everyone? It's the Emerald Enthusiast, here with this review of this Marvel Legends 2017 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 12-inch figure of Daredevil. The figure comes in this eye-catching red foil box. It has this slipcover that says Daredevil. Of course, that can be removed to show this very dynamic image of the man without fear. The back of the packaging features Braille, which is difficult to photograph, and it also features the stylized Daredevil font. Here's a close-up of the Braille on the back of the box. This is very indicative of this character and a very cool collector feature. The front action shot of Daredevil wraps around the side of the packaging. And we get the Marvel logo on the top of the box. The front flap of the box opens to reveal this stunning image of Matt Murdock. The figure can be viewed through the front window with a plethora of accessories framing the figure. The front of the box also features this radar sense effect that should be attractive to in-box collectors. And now it's time to bust open this box and see what's inside. Let's have a look at the accessories that come with this figure. And first we get these wrapped gripping hands, and they are blood stained, and you can see the sculpting detail on the wraps. So I really like those. And then we get this extra pair of fists, and you can see the detail here on the gloves. There's been a dark wash applied for a layer of realism. And the figure comes with these interchangeable forearms, and you can see the wraps here, and they come with a pair of fists as well. In the interest of full disclosure, I had some difficulty changing these out. It definitely took some time, so be careful and be patient if you decide to put these on the figure. Next up, we have the billy clubs, aka the batons, and there is battle damage on these. I really appreciate the texturing details on the handles. And again, you see these nicks near the top that denote battle damage. Next up, we have the mask. And it's possible to put this in any of the gripping hands. Look at the detail on this. This is superb. The lenses have a glossy finish, as they should. And you can see all of the detail with the seams and the wrinkles. This is just superb. And then we get the Matt Murdock head sculpt. And as you can see, Matt has definitely seen some action recently. He's got a black eye with scrapes and bruising on his face. And I really appreciate the expression on the face. He's beaten up, but it looks like he's very satisfied that he got the job done. And here is Daredevil, free of the package and ready to rumble. I only have minor criticisms of this figure. There is a great deal to like here. Marvel Legends collectors, as well as Daredevil fans, should be very pleased with this figure. So let's have a closer look at the loose details now. Here's a close-up of the lower body, and look at all of the detail on these boots. There's wrinkles sculpted in, a dark wash has been applied. These definitely look well worn, and you'll notice that they're a different shade than the costume. I think these are close to perfect. However, I have seen some collectors say that they think the boots were too big. Now, I don't agree with that at all. I do wish that there was a mid-foot hinge, but I'll talk more about articulation later. But here's a look at the legs. There's excellent sculpting in the quadriceps. The holster for the billy clubs is not a separate piece, but as you can see, it's possible to move it up and down. It's attached to the belt. And there's excellent sculpting on the back of the legs as well. You can see all of these wrinkles and muscle definition. It's possible to see all of these little sections sculpted into the belt. Hasbro really did an excellent job in this area. Now let's have a look at the torso, and I really appreciate the body mold that Hasbro used here. Daredevil is fit and he's cut, but he's not overly jacked, and that's how this figure should be. You can see the definition back here on the latissimus dorsi. One little criticism here is that the chest symbol is not very clear. It's simply paint, and even though he has had this look in the comics before, it really blends in with the rest of the paint on the chest. So I wish that Hasbro would have used an outline for the lettering. Now let's have a look at the arms, and you'll notice that the martial arts gauntlets have a metallic finish to them, and that is very attention grabbing. There's battle damage on the outside, and then you'll notice that they've been sculpted in such a way to look like they're wrapped around his forearms and hands. In addition to the fists, we get this pair of gloved gripping hands, and it's possible to fit the billy clubs into these. Here's a look at the head sculpt, and this is simply outstanding. You can see that Hasbro sculpted these protective pieces on the ears, and those look really good. Once again, we see the seams on the mask. Wrinkles have been sculpted in, and that detailing goes all the way around the mask. Of course, you can see the horns and the lenses in the mask. And the face features this resolute expression. And of course, it's possible to pop off the head sculpt with the mask and replace it with the matte Murdoch head sculpt. Adult collectors who pay premium prices certainly want display options, and Hasbro has given us that here with the many accessories and the interchangeable heads. Here is the figure with the wrapped forearms as well as the wrapped gripping hands. And I put these on loosely because these really were a chore to change out, and I certainly didn't want to do any damage. And here is the figure with the wrapped fists, and I can certainly see the appeal of these. If you decided to set your figure up in a brawling scene, these would be very eye-catching. Here is the figure with the gloved fists, and you can see as I turn this figure around, the light dances off of the metallic finish on the martial arts gauntlets. And as I stated earlier, if you'd like to have the figure holding the mask, you do have that option with this accessory. If you'd like to have a post-battle type of display, here is the figure with the Matt Murdock head sculpt holding the Daredevil mask. And this pose really tells a story. Now let's have a look at this figure's articulation. The feet move backward and forward at the ankle joints. There is a minor amount of pivoting. The feet swivel at the tops of the boots. The figure has double jointed knees, so it's possible to do a deep running pose. There's also quadricep swiveling. The figure can step back this much, and the figure can kick forward this far, and that is quite impressive. Now, unfortunately, the spread to the sides is not quite as impressive. I wish we got more in this area for side kicking poses, but it is possible to rotate the leg around like this. As far as the upper body goes, we get this double jointed torso, so the figure can crunch forward and rock back, as you can see here. Unfortunately, the upper torso on my figure is very tight. I can only get a limited amount of movement, and that may be a QC issue with my figure. So there's rotation at the wrists, and they move backward and forward, as you can see. There are double jointed elbows, and I have one elbow that moves better than the other. The figure has bicep swiveling as well as these magnificent butterfly joints in the shoulders. It's possible to do a 360 with the arms at the shoulder joints. It's possible to raise the arms up from the torso, and again, I have one joint that is slightly tighter than the other. But you can still see the options that you have with this action figure's arms. As far as the head goes, the figure looks easily from side to side. The head looks up and down, and unfortunately, there's only a minor amount of head tilting. So while there was room for improvement in a couple of areas, overall this figure's articulation is still impressive. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my other Marvel collectible reviews, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And if you like comic book related podcasts, you can check me out on Multiverse Musings the Vidcast, and that's available right here on YouTube. And I'll be back with more Daredevil content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.